The faint aroma of lavender drifted through the room, blended with the lingering notes of whatever scented oils they had used at that spa she'd been raving about endlessly. Something about her was different tonight. A glow clung to her face, one I hadn't seen in months. Her cheeks held color. Her eyes were alight with an energy that felt foreign, as if she had tapped into some secret source of renewal. It was the kind of vitality I couldn't explain, though deep down I feared I already knew where it came from. "How was it?" I asked, steadying my voice, keeping it level, as she glided past me, humming a tune I couldn't place. "It was heavenly," she answered, practically glowing with excitement. "Absolutely heavenly, Colton." She tossed her purse on the counter like she'd done 100 times before and went on. "They give this incredible facial massage. I swear it shaved 10 years off my face. You should try it sometime." I studied her carefully, forcing myself to swallow the cold suspicion twisting in my gut. Was it really just a spa trip, or was she wiping away a decade of guilt? I had been feeling it for weeks. The late nights, the hushed phone calls, the way she recoiled when I touched her. Every sign pointed to the truth I didn't want to face. But eventually, I couldn't ignore it any longer. I hired a private investigator. The report hit like a fist to the chest. Pictures, dates, places, all recorded in cruel clarity. The man wasn't someone I recognized. Just a younger guy from her gym. Someone who probably made her feel alive again. I spent days rehearsing my next steps, trying to channel my fury into control. I wasn't going to scream. I wasn't going to plead. I just wanted her to feel the same burn of betrayal that had been eating me alive. "I'm glad you enjoyed yourself," I said, forcing a smile that felt more like a grimace. "I actually made us dinner." She looked startled. Takeout was usually her department. "Oh, that's sweet," she said in a voice too sugary, too rehearsed. "What did you make?" I motioned toward the dining room. The table was set in perfection. Our best china, polished silver glinting in candlelight, her favorite flowers in the center. She gasped softly when she saw it, her eyes wide. "Colton, this is beautiful," she murmured, her tone softening, almost guilty. For a second, I almost let myself believe her. "Come sit," I said, pulling out her chair. She lowered herself down, her expression caught somewhere between wonder and unease. Only one dish sat on the table, covered. "I made something special just for you," I said, my words clipped precise. With a practiced flourish, I lifted the lid. No meal waited beneath. Just the investigator's report laid neatly across a silver platter. The photograph sat on top, each one a cruel snapshot of her with him, arms tangled, lips pressed together, a vile mosaic of her disloyalty. Her face went pale, her breath quickened in sharp bursts. One manicured hand shot up to cover her mouth. "Colton, what is this?" she whispered. "It's the real story of your spa day, Melissa." I replied evenly, my tone cool as ice. "Or should I call it your gym day? You know, the one where you worked out pretty hard with that trainer of yours." Her knees buckled, her body collapsing to the floor. She reached for me with shaking hands, her eyes wide and terrified. "Colton, please. It's not what it looks like," she stammered. "You don't understand." "Oh, I understand perfectly." I cut in, my voice like steel. "I understand that you've been lying to me for months. That while I've been working myself raw to provide for us, you've been sneaking around with another man. I understand you're nothing but a fraud." Tears spilled down her face, streaking her mascara in black rivers. She was a wreck, pathetic, broken. And for a fleeting moment, I almost pitied her. Almost. But pity gave way to anger, sharp and unrelenting. "I'm so sorry, Colton. I don't know what I was thinking. Please, please forgive me," she cried, crawling toward me, desperation dripping from every word. I stood above her, the speech I had repeated in my head flowing out smooth and detached, as if I were an outsider watching it unfold. "Forgive you?" I asked, each syllable thick with contempt. "You think a simple sorry fixes this? That you can betray me and we just go back to normal? This isn't some TV drama, Melissa. This is real life. And you just burned everything we had to the ground." I turned toward the living room, grabbed a file from the coffee table, and held it up. "I've already spoken to my lawyer," I said coldly. "The divorce papers are being filed. You'll be served tomorrow. I want you out of this house by the end of the week." Some of your things are already packed. Her sobs grew into uncontrollable wails, her body trembling. But where will I go? She choked out. That's no longer my concern. I replied, my back already turned. You should have thought about that before you decided to betray me. She kept crying, but I didn't turn back. I walked into the kitchen, poured myself a heavy glass of whiskey, and downed it slowly. From the archway, I could see her crumpled on the floor beside the table, sobbing into her hands. And in that moment, something struck me. I felt nothing. The fury, the heartbreak, they were gone. All that remained was emptiness. Hollow, but freeing. She had come home radiant, convinced she was untouchable. But now? Her world had shattered, and she had no one to blame but herself. I took another long sip of whiskey, then headed for the bedroom. I didn't look back. Her cries echoed through the house, the sound of something dying. The last sound I would ever hear from our marriage.